This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
The Schuylkill County Suicide Prevention Task Force is getting the word out that it's okay to not be okay and that help is out there. We'll learn about their latest campaign next. Hi everyone, and thank you for your time today. I'm Ken Carr with your local information. In a press release, Tomoko Area School District Superintendent Raymond Kinder says since November 4th, school district administration, school police, and the Tomoko Police Department have been conducting an investigation into an incident involving members of the football team. Kinder says since the investigation is ongoing and involves juveniles, the district can only share limited information. Last Friday, Tomoko Area forfeited their District 11 AAA playoff game against North Schuylkill. A campaign is underway in Schuylkill County that may save lives. Our Lisa Sugar gets the details in today's news feature.
It's an organization that was created back in 1996, and now it has launched a social awareness campaign. I am talking about the Suicide Prevention Task Force of Schuylkill County. Grace Coffin is the chairman of this wonderful organization that is doing its best to help people. Grace, thanks so much for joining me. Tell us about the task force. The fact that there is one and you're launching this campaign means there is a great need for suicide prevention in Schuylkill County.
Unfortunately, Schuylkill County does have the fourth highest suicide rate in all of Pennsylvania. Again, this organization did start back in 1996, and they've gone through some, growing and changing. And I actually took over as chair back in April of this past year. And what we realized is that a lot of people within the community didn't realize that the task force even existed. So we wanted to get that information out there, that we were there to help. We're trying to, as you said, do that through social awareness campaigning. We have digital billboards, we have coasters and posters throughout the county. We just wrapped 2 STS vans with messaging as well, and lots of other projects on the horizon. So right now we're using this campaign to get not only the task force information out there for people to reach out if they're looking for help, but also to get the national lifeline out there, which is important for anybody and everybody, whether they be in Schuylkill County or anywhere in the United States.
I know this can hit any family at any time, but is there a certain age group or demographic that you are targeting the most?
Yes. So when I took over in April, the highest demographic for Schuylkill County was the middle-aged, white, blue-collar working male, followed by veterans, first responders, LGBT community members, things like that. So suicide does not discriminate. It's hard to focus on one demographic, but at the time, that was where we went with our campaign. And unfortunately, of late, over the last 6 or 8 weeks or so, it has hit our youth here in the county severely.
Well, now we've dealt with COVID and we have the holidays coming up. Does that add even more to your concern for people?
Definitely, it does. And, just the stigma of anybody feeling depressed or feeling like, they can't ask for help. So we did try to focus on adults. Now we're still finishing that campaign with adults. It is still the highest demographic. But just as of late, as you mentioned, COVID, things like that have definitely impacted the youth, our youth, everybody's youth, unfortunately. And the stigma of asking for help or having mental health or depression issues is just something that we're still constantly working at. And trying to get people to understand that it's okay not to be okay as long as you do ask for help. I like to follow it up with that sentence as well. So that's our goal right now.
If someone who is watching this, Grace, either knows someone that maybe has, seemed depressed or they themselves might need help, what is the best advice? What should they do? Where do they turn to get help?
It's different for everybody. If people are sad or depressed, sometimes, it's a family member, a friend, a coworker, a neighbor, things like that. It's on us almost to ask and reach out to people. If we see something, it's okay to ask them if they're okay. I think that's another thing. People are afraid to do that. They don't necessarily want to hear the answer, but they really could be saving a life. So I tell people on my task force, anybody that I speak to during presentations, reach out, just touch base with people, whether it be a family member, a friend, a coworker, could be anybody. If they do want help, and they don't seem to have anybody to turn to, We do have local crisis numbers that they can call. The National Lifeline is what we've been trying to get that number out there for them. Therapists, churches, just pretty much anybody that will listen at this point.
And then you are also looking for volunteers for the task force to help get the word out, right?
We actually made an effort to try to get people from all different walks of life so that we could understand better as a community, that it's everybody that's struggling with this. A lot of the task force members have endured, the death of a loved one by suicide. So it's very important to them. Again, whether it be a first responder, a veteran, a mother, a father, a sibling, a community member, just anybody. It affects every single person. It just doesn't discriminate. So if anybody's interested in being part of our task force, we have a monthly meeting. It is still done by Zoom right now because of COVID.
Well, keep up the good work. It's a very important cause, and we hope that we've provided some information to people so that they know where to turn. Again, it is preventable. All they have to do is ask for help.
Today's news feature is brought to you by the Residence Inn by Marriott and Humboldt Station. Are you traveling with a four-legged friend? Call the Residence Inn at 570-455-9555.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's a look at the moon and the planet Venus from the valley on a beautiful autumn evening. And now here's our forecast from the National Weather Service on Wednesday. Mostly sunny with a high near 56 degrees. Wednesday night partly cloudy with a low around 32 degrees. Veterans Day will be partly sunny with a high near 55 degrees. Wind gusts as high as 21 miles per hour. A 90% chance of showers on Thursday night. Then showers and a possible thunderstorm after 1 a.m. Some of the storms could produce heavy rainfall. We'll have a low around 49 degrees. Friday a 70% chance of showers mainly before 1 p.m. Partly sunny with a high near 57 degrees. Friday night partly cloudy with a low around 36 degrees. Saturday partly sunny with a high in the mid 40s. Saturday night partly cloudy with a low around 29 degrees. The Penn State Hazelton men's golf team had a lot of fun on their way to a conference championship. We'll talk with some of the team in sports and join in the fun. Next, we'll get you ready to help this weekend's American Cancer Society Greater Hazelton Unit telethon.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's Talk of the Town. The Tomoko Public Library will have fall story time every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. now through November 11th. For more information, you can call 570-668-4660. The Pennsylvania State Police Troop N is currently running its annual coat drive now through November 12th. To donate or for more information, you can call 570-459-3900, extension 269. The 43rd Annual American Cancer Society Telethon will be held on Saturday, November 13th and on Sunday, November 14th. The event is broadcasted on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 7, and the talent portion this year will be held on Saturday at the Wiltsey Center. The West Hazelton Fire Company's fund drive is currently underway. To donate or for more information, you can call 570-455-3696. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of Carl L. Whistler, age 78 of Freeland. Services will be held at a later date under the McHugh-Welchek Funeral Home.
Tonight's obituaries are being brought to you in part by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory, with 2 locations in Rockland and in Drums, 570-384-3312 or 570-788-0977, and go to harmonfuneral.com.